Hey friends, Sheree here. Welcome to the channel, Cooking at Home with Sheree. Today I'm here to share with you all an Aldi's food haul. I went to Aldi for some very specific things, and so I decided to actually just do a few days meal prep just from stuff from Aldi's, and including some things that I have here in my pantry, and I'm going to share it with you all, as well as how much I spent on this bag of groceries. All right, so let's start emptying the bag quickly. I got this bag of just yellow potatoes. This is a 5-pound bag. Got a bag of medjool dates. This is 16 ounces. I got this twin pack of spinach and cheese manicotti. This is a total of 19 ounces, 2 packets. So yeah, I got a 2-pound bag of organic pears. I got a pound of Brussels sprouts. Got a pineapple. I don't know the weight on that. I got a papaya. The weight's probably on the receipt, so we'll see. I got a head of cauliflower. I got a pack of frozen ahi tuna steaks, wild caught, 12 ounces. I got some fresh cod, a little under a pound. I got this pack of wild caught flounder. This is frozen, and this is a pound. I got this 3-pack of bell peppers. A head of broccoli. I got 2 packs of Italian parsley. I do have parsley growing in my grow room, but I don't have enough I needed a bunch of it for a dish that I'm making, so I got those. I got some fresh green beans, 2-pack of organic zucchini. I got a container of stone ground mustard and a pack of fresh jalapeno peppers, 2 bags of gum. I did have a 4-pack of bananas, but I actually gave that away on the ride home. It's so cold outside. There was a guy on the street asking for money, and I asked him if he needed some food. So I gave him my bananas with the money. And then finally, I got 4 of these Cornish hens, which are frozen. That's actually what I went there for. It was the main thing I went to get because I wanted to cook some Cornish hens. Each one of the Cornish hens is 22 ounces or a pound and 6 ounces. All right, so let's get out the receipt. At the bottom of the bag. So that total was $85.72. So you can see here the list of 26 items. So the cod was $8.07. The ahi tuna pack was $4.59. The Cornish hens were $4.97 each. The flounder was $5.49. The mustard was $1.39. The pineapple was $1.99. The cauliflower was $2.95. The head of broccoli was $2.99. The medjool dates were $4.99. The peppers, the mixture of the peppers, was $2.39. That's the multicolored pack. There were 3 peppers in there. The papaya was $2.95. The organic zucchini was $2.56 for the 2. The jalapeno peppers were 89 cents. The yellow potatoes were $3.49. The organic pears were $3.89. The bananas, which I said I gave away, they're $1.31. The parsley was 95 cents each. I got 2 of those. The green beans, $2.99. Brussels sprouts, $2.29. And my gum packs were $1.72 each. And that 2-pack of manicotti was $4.99. So $85.72 with tax on these groceries. And so I'm going to get this stuff put away. And then I'm going to prepare one meal. And then I'm going to put up subsequent videos to share the other meals that I make with groceries from this haul, along with items that I already have in my fridge or pantry, okay? All right, so I got all those groceries put away, cooling down for now. I've pulled out what I need to make this soup. We're actually gonna make a fish soup using, these are 2 of the 3 peppers that we got. The onions, garlic, and carrots are already from my pantry. And I still have the cod just sitting in the fridge while I get these chopped and I start the soup process. I like these, I like this particular brand. This is a good high heat oil. And I'm gonna be just sauteing the vegetables. So I'm gonna add the chopped vegetables. I'm just gonna saute those around for a little while I finish getting the garlic and onions ready. Okay, so the carrots and peppers are softened. Got a little bit of caramelization going on. Now I'm adding the onions and the garlic. I'm just going to saute this up a little bit. I'm going to go get my seasoning. I'm going to add that as well. Okay, so next up I'm going to add the seasonings. I'm going to be using this tiki curry. I shared this in a recent Home Goods haul video. I got a bunch of spices, so if you want to see some of the other spices that I got a lot of different curries. So I'm going to be using this. And then I'm going to use some of these freeze-dried tomatoes. These are tomatoes that I grew in my garden. And I freeze-dried them, and I'm gonna use those here. This is freeze-dried turmeric and some freeze-dried ginger. So you don't even need a lot of the freeze-dried spices. They're so potent. I keep mine in the chunks, and I, blend them or grind them up in my mortar and pestle as I want to use them. That keeps them the freshest. Once you start to break down that surface, you start to lose the aromatics and your stuff goes stale. So I tend not to do that. Also, like if you're blending up a bunch of it in a blender, I've seen some people do that sometimes. You're introducing heat, and that will actually initiate some degradation. So you end up with large quantities of ground, herbs and spices that are just going to lose flavor and potency rapidly. And so it's better to keep them in bigger pieces and then just grind them, as you need it, I think. When you can smell it, those are the volatile organic compounds, evaporating. The more you break it up, the more loss of that you're going to get over time. So that ended up being about a teaspoon. There's a little bit more in there, so it's going to be about a teaspoon. I'm going to dump that in the pot. Then I'm going to grind up some of the cherry tomatoes, and I'm going to add a teaspoon of the tiki curry powder. So I have the spice blends in, and I added my freeze-dried tomatoes. Just going to give this a toss. And then I'm going to add my homemade vegetable broth and some tomato sauce. Okay, I got the seasonings in. and the tomatoes in. And now I'm going to add this jar of no salt or sugar added diced tomatoes. And I'm going to keep this up at a boil for probably like 5 minutes, and then I'm going to add the fish and my final vegetable, which will be spinach. Okay, so I did a quick taste of the broth, and you can really taste the curry flavor. It's a mild curry flavor there, but I want a little bit more seafood flavor in there, so I'm going to add some Old Bay seasoning and a little bit of my specialty seafood blend. So I just added the cod whole. It was 3 pieces. It's gonna just break down as it cooks, so I don't bother, trying to slice it up. So I'm gonna turn this down to medium and let that simmer while I get the spinach cleaned. All right, so I got the greens in it. Actually, I used this the mixed green one that I had. It has some Swiss chard, spinach, and kale. And again, just like with the seasoning and the vegetables, just add it all to taste. That was a little under a pound total of cod, so this is a very plant-forward dish. You have a lot of vegetables and your portion of fish. So yeah, I'll let this continue to simmer for a little bit while I get a little bit of sourdough toast ready. Okay, friends, and that's it. So we have a really delicious and nutritious soup here. Lots of vegetables, really clean broth. Only used about a tablespoon total of that grapeseed oil, and didn't add any additional fat to it. So it's a very low fat, high nutrition, high vitamin soup. A little bit of lean protein in there. If you needed to get more protein in, you could add like lentils, maybe even some beans. You could toss in some, I could have tossed in a can of black-eyed peas that I home pressure canned to add a bit more protein. I'm having this for dinner just with a couple pieces of toasted sourdough bread, but like for the leftovers for lunch tomorrow, I might have it on top of some rice or some lentils. So yeah, just wanted to share that. Look for part 2 of this video where I share more of recipe inspiration with the groceries that I bought at Aldi's.